Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So the question that we'll start out with today is, how did Hakeem Jeffries went from this?
Our message to Florida Republicans is F around and find out.
And this.
Mr. President, the next time you have something to say about me, when I'm back in the Oval Office, say it to my face. Say it to my face.
How did Hakeem Jeffries went from talking so tough to now going on MSN Now and having a complete meltdown because he realized that the Democrats, they're cooked over this whole redistricting war that they waged in Virginia. And here I have this clip to show you of Hakeem Jeffries having a complete meltdown on MSN Now and trying to claim that the Republicans, they're the ones that's melting down over this whole redistricting war in Virginia. Play clip.
Are you a little worried that this nutty, out of control gerrymandering actually compromises that possibility?
No, we're going to win back the House of Representatives in November. We are only 3 seats short. We historically overperformed in November, and that's one of the reasons why Republicans are in panic mode. Remember, Ali, when we took the House back in 2018, we were 24 seats short.
So right here, Hakeem Jeffries is claiming that the Republicans are in panic mode, which is a complete lie, because the only people that are panicking right now are the Democrats. And I'm going to show you the amount of Democrats who went on live television this weekend to have a complete meltdown over this entire situation. But to show you exactly what I'm talking about, now we have Hakeem Jeffries and the rest of the Democrats there now threatening to overhaul the Supreme Court in Virginia. You just cannot make this stuff up. Take a look at this reporting. Play clip.
What are you going to do about the Virginia Supreme Court? Well, in a private call that was revealed, they held back the names, so they wanted it to leak to the New York Times. They say this: lawmakers vented anger at their defeat at the Virginia Supreme Court. They spoke about a collective determination to flip 2 or 3 Republican-held seats under the existing map and discussed a bank shot proposal to redraw the congressional lines anyway. The most dramatic idea they discussed, which would be involved an unusual gambit to replace the entire Supreme Court of Virginia with the goal of reinstating their gerrymandered map. One key to the plan would be having Democrats in Richmond lower the mandatory retirement age for Supreme Court justices. Can you imagine?
It's unbelievable.
Firing the Virginia Supreme Court. By the way, if you want to take off in a purple state.
What you just heard was not a false alarm, because now what we have the Democrats they're planning to do, led by Hakeem Jeffries, is to overhaul the Supreme Court in Virginia. And here I have this article to show you that the New York Times reported that in a conversation with U.S. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, some Virginia Democrats have floated an audacious and possibly far-fetched idea to replace the Virginia Supreme Court justices and relitigate the case to get their preferred result. So basically what the Democrats they're trying to do, they're trying to overhaul the Supreme Court in Virginia, all because the Supreme Court ruled that gerrymandering that they were trying to do in Virginia is illegal, that the process was illegal, and now they're trying to cheat. And the reason they're trying to cheat is because the entire Democrat Party right now, they're panicking because they waged this gerrymandering war and they're currently losing that war. But let's play this clip to show you the advantage that the Republicans have gained over the past couple of weeks. Play clip.
Hakeem Jeffries and Democrats are freaking out this morning, not just because of Virginia, but you look at the Trump-initiated battle nationwide, and you've got 5 pickups in Texas, 4 in Florida, Tennessee picked 1 up, GOP picking up 1 in North Carolina, Missouri. It looks like the GOP on the verge of a possible predicted massive blue wave in the midterms. Democrats may pick up upwards of 13 seats. Is this changing the calculus for the midterms?
Yeah. It is. And we've talked about the headwinds, and there are headwinds, and there's a very real possibility Republicans lose the House, could lose the Senate. This, however, could change the dynamic. The math I have, and again, this all is assuming Republican voters show up.
That right there is bad news for Democrats, which is one of the reasons why these Democrats, they went on national television this weekend to try to spin the narrative. And here we have a video of Booker T, or Cory Booker, whatever his name is, going on live television, making the case for wanting to overhaul the Supreme Court of the United States. Play clip.
You take me to my next question, because this decision has revived the debate within the Democratic Party about potentially adding more seats to the Supreme Court. Would you, Senator, support an effort to add more seats to the Supreme Court, to expand the court?
Well, remember, there's a corrupt shadow hanging over the Supreme Court.
some of these same members that are voting on decisions like this are accepting gifts from billionaires. We have RVs, lavish vacations. It's a corrupt court. The highest court in our land has the lowest ethics laws. Number two is that the Supreme Court clearly within our power. I lead one of these pieces of legislation with Senator Whitehouse and others to give term limits to Supreme Court members. That could go a long way in curing this. The Supreme Court desperately needs reform. It is a corrupt court. And in my opinion, it is a court that needs reform. And I will continue to lead on those things.
This right here is Democrats and their hypocrisy on full display, because what they're claiming is that the courts are corrupt because they ruled against Democrats. And I bet if the courts had ruled in favor of the Democrats or ruled against President Trump or the Republicans, they'll come out and they'll say, oh, the Supreme Court, they're great, they're doing a good job. And this is to show you that Booker, or whatever his name is, Cory Booker, he's a hypocrite, just like they are the Democrats that he serves with. And here I have a video to show you of Gavin Newsom celebrating that win in Virginia. After Virginia, they went ahead and they passed that illegal voting referendum. They put that illegal referendum on the ballot that the Supreme Court overruled or overturned. And Gavin Newsom was celebrating this, and his tweet on the right, we're going to break that down once we watch this video. Play clip.
Well, what a night in Virginia. We keep saying it. When we fight fire with fire, we win. And we are winning all across the United States, in state houses, in courthouses, and now in the court of public opinion. But what is at stake is putting a stake in the heart of the Trump administration by taking back the House of Representatives and taking back the United States Senate. MAGA, dare I say, they're losing at their own game. They're on the defense, and they're scared.
That was Gavin Newsom celebrating the illegal referendum that was passed in Virginia, and then the Supreme Court overruled it. That was him celebrating that win. And here is Gavin Newsom. He made a tweet the other day outlining the wins by Republican states, by these red states, ever since the Supreme Court came down and said states, they cannot gerrymander based on race. They're redrawing their maps. And Gavin Newsom just outlined the wins by these states, and then he's going to claim MAGA has rigged the system. So after bragging that Democrats, they're winning in Virginia, that they're winning all across the country, now he's claiming that MAGA has rigged the system after Democrats, they start losing. Because what the Democrats, they did, they spent tens of millions of dollars in Virginia, and then they came up short. And right now, they're panicking because they were betting big on Virginia and end up short. Let us play this clip of Hakeem Jeffries before this whole redistricting war in Virginia. Play clip.
How much money are you guys willing to spend on Virginia? Now this is going to go to a ballot referendum in April, could have a huge impact on the midterms. How much money are you guys willing to put in to get this ballot initiative through?
Whatever it takes.
I mean, that sounds like a lot. It could be several, maybe multi-million-dollar campaign.
We will spend tens of millions of dollars to make sure that the Republicans do not successfully.
That was Hakeem Jeffries stating that they were willing to spend tens of millions of dollars in Virginia, which they did, and ended up short. They came up short. And here we have CNN realizing that the Democrats are cooked for the midterms and calling out the Democrats. Play clip.
Technicality or not, it's a huge loss for Democrats who spent tens of millions of dollars persuading Virginia voters to approve the new map. And it comes one day after Tennessee's governor signed into law a new Republican gerrymander that breaks up the only majority black district in the state.
And that was CNN calling out Democrats for spending tens of millions of dollars in Virginia and coming up short. And here we have Bill Maher realizing that the Democrats are cooked as well. Play clip.
It seemed only a few weeks ago, maybe months ago, that it would be impossible for the Democrats to lose this election. No way. Well, headline today, way. There is a way, and it's because of what they do. When they don't win, they cheat. I mean, so this is the big story today, gerrymandering. This has gone nuclear. And Republicans are winning the gerrymander war.
And that was Bill Maher on this whole gerrymandering war. And this is to show you that everyone is realizing that the Democrats are done at this point for this upcoming midterms. As you can see, Hakeem Jeffries and the rest of the Democrats are in complete panic mode right now. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please let me know what you think in the comment section below. Also, please consider liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one. I appreciate you watching all the way to the end. I'll see you. Thanks.